Hi everybody, Bill here from turboDial. Pretty quick video on how to set up some dashboard reports to help you understand your inbound calling activity when you have the enhanced inbound feature. We're going to go through three types of reports that we'll demonstrate. If you understand how to set up these three reports, then you should be able to set up pretty much any report you might need for your inbound calls. The first one we'll show you will be calls for a specific user during a time interval. Calls with no contact assigned, and calls with no user assigned. Okay, so here we are on a Infusionsoft dashboard. To create a dashboard report for inbound calls, pretty much like all turboDial reports, we're going to use the Task Note Report section under the Administrative Reports portion of Infusionsoft. So I'm going to click Task Note Report. Start over. Now, the main search is, in this case, always going to be turboDial inbound call. I want to get rid of the to phone part and the recorded part. turboDial inbound call. This distinguishes it from a turboDial call, which is the title for an outbound call, or turboDial inbound SMS, which is for text messaging. So this is for turboDial inbound call. Next, we're going to look at calls that are assigned to a specific user. In this case, I'm going to go Bill Jenkins contains any, and the only one I've selected is Bill Jenkins. Then I want to add a completion date interval of sometime in the past 7 days. So this is going to give me note reports with a main search title of turboDial inbound call, where the owner is Bill Jenkins and the interval is in the past 7 days. Okay, I go ahead and click search. There's my list. I've got 4 calls that meet the criteria. I'm going to go ahead and save that and give it a name, Bill's inbound calls past 7 days. And I'm going to click this little box to add this search to the dashboard. Okay, if I go back now to my dashboard, there's my report that I just created. The next report I want to create is calls with no contact assigned. This is a kind of an interesting one because it uses a special technique in Infusionsoft that's not widely known. I'm going to start over. So this is going to be, again, turboDial inbound call. I don't want the recorded part. This is for calls that are not assigned to a contact. So I want to say the first name doesn't contain something. The underscore in Infusionsoft has the equivalent meaning of something. So if the first name doesn't contain something and the last name doesn't contain something, then that means this is a call note where there is no first name or last name assigned. In other words, there's no contact assigned. If I do a search, I don't have any of those currently set up. We'll create one of those in a minute. I'm going to save that. Let's call it inbound calls no contact assigned. And click to add that to the home page. Okay, I just got a screen pop for an inbound call that has no contact assigned. So if I go to that dashboard, now that I've got this report created, inbound calls no contact assigned, you can see that that report now generates one call listing. The third report type I want to create is calls with no user assigned. Once again, I'll go to the Administrative Reports section, create a Task Note Report, start over. Main search again is turboDial inbound call. I want to just leave it as that much. And then under miscellaneous criteria, I want to have it set such that none of the users in my Infusionsoft account are assigned to the call. So that means does not contain any of those. Now if I search, there's one call there. I'm going to save that. Give it a title, add that to the dashboard, and click Save. Now let's go find it on our dashboard. Inbound calls, no user assigned. So I created 3 dashboard reports, Bill's inbound calls past 7 days, by using the task note reports in the administrative section of Infusionsoft. Show you the setup real quick again. TurboDial inbound call, where Bill Jenkins is set for the last 7 days. So that's how I generated that report. Next one was no contact assigned. Let's take a look at the results, how that's created. TurboDial inbound call. First name doesn't contain something with an underscore. Last name doesn't contain something using an underscore. The last one is no user assigned. And let's see how that one was set up. TurboDial inbound call. Under miscellaneous criteria, selected all of the users and said doesn't contain any. So now we have those 3 dashboard reports set up for inbound calls. From those 3, you should be able to pretty much create any dashboard report you need. There's 2 more guides that you might want to check out in the guides and videos section of turbodial.biz. First of all, if you haven't viewed the overview and demonstration of enhanced inbound, I recommend you do that now. And you can also then take a look at the call notes in enhanced inbound and see in much more detail how call notes are used. Thanks everybody. Happy phone calling.